I mean, it'd be like going to the grocery store and not knowing what you wanted to make for dinner. You're going to come home with a bunch of groceries and you still might not know what you're making for dinner. So, how the hell do you choose a new caliber from all the choices out there? What the hell? Welcome back to Bullets and Brass, folks. Today we are talking about how to pick out a new gun or a new caliber when you've got an intended role, but you're really not sure what to get. And I think that starts it out right because the key is the intended role. Write down what you want this to do. Literally, I'm not joking. Take a piece of paper. If you want to type it on a computer, go ahead, but I find that actually writing it on paper helps. Write down what you want this to do. And then, after you've done that, and you've listed a whole bunch of things that are not compatible, go back and rewrite it of these are the things I really expect this to do. Because, for example, I would love a handgun with large capacity, low recoil, can knock down an elephant, laser accurate to 500 yards, and the ammo is a penny a shot. But that's not realistic. I also don't want it to overpenetrate in a self-defense scenario. So be realistic. If you are buying, say, a defensive handgun, you are writing down things like more concealable than X. You've got another handgun that is, you want something more easily concealed. So that's your criteria. It has to be easier to conceal than that one. Power in X range. You want it to be as powerful as your other one. Say you've got a 9mm or a 40 and you want to stay at that power level. It doesn't have to be that caliber, but in that realm, right? You don't want to buy a 32. You don't want to buy a 44 Magnum. Put that down. Put down price range that you're willing to spend. Put down how much ammo do you think you want to actually have for this on hand, realistically, in the next year. Is this something where, having 2 or 3 boxes on the shelf is more than enough? Is this something you're going to shoot on a weekly, monthly basis? Or even every couple days, if you live somewhere you can shoot that often. How much are you shooting this? How much can you afford to spend on ammo? How much ammo can you get? These are all things to think about. And if you're not buying a gun, if you're just picking out a caliber, same thing. What are the intended functions? What are the roles? What does it need to accomplish? How available is it? How much does it cost? And let's be real here. At some point in this formula, it might be I have to like it. It has to be a caliber that appeals to me, or a gun that appeals to me, or hey, if you normally shoot or hang out with a bunch of people who are also into guns, something they're not going to give me crap about, right? Or that at least that I'm willing to put up with. Think about the intended function. How many rounds are you going to shoot? Is this hard on barrels? Is it easy on barrels? Is ammo available? Is it popular in the common firearms for that purpose? Or if you are considering a new firearm for a particular purpose, is the firearm you're considering readily available? Are holsters for it readily available? Are magazines readily available? How much do those magazines cost? For example, the P320 and the Glock compete for a similar market in a lot of ways. Not entire overlap, but similar. But in certain areas of that market, the Glock is extremely more dominant for a reason. It is a much better choice for most people. Part of that comes down to the lower bore axis. Part of that comes down to the proliferation of accessories to tailor it to particular tasks. And part of it comes down to it's just cheaper to use it for that. By the time you trick it out and everything, and you buy a couple dozen magazines for competition, it was cheaper. So it does the job just as well, or even possibly better. And it was cheaper by the time you were done, not just the handgun, but the whole package. the Glock was a better choice. In other scenarios, the P320 would be a better choice. So you have to look at an honest reflection or an honest concept of what you want to accomplish and what's going to be involved. Don't just go into the store and let somebody sell you something. That's their job. They're going to sell you something, but it might not be the right thing if you don't know what it is you're really trying to do. I mean, it'd be like going to the grocery store and not knowing what you wanted to make for dinner. You're going to come home with a bunch of groceries and you still might not know what you're making for dinner. Take care, all. Have fun, stay safe, keep shooting.